Lollipop. I think it's because I have been greeted so much with people that are very immature, unprofessional, and they're not necessarily, you know, I just think it's sad. People embrace people because they show up. They're so needy and people pleasing that people take that as a sign of loyalty and commitment. People kissing their butt and being there all the time. Welcome, good morning. This is Daily Divine Guidance 9774. We're just addressing the children in professional positions. You know, the supervisors, bosses, CEOs. Now, I ain't got nobody in mind except Dollar Tree. But this is global. I've been on several jobs. I could have been the boss, but again, you got very immature people that show up every day. And people tend to put a lot of stock in that. These people be having the worst childish personalities. Bad for business, but because they show up every day and kiss that little brown streak on somebody's butt, get brown stuff on their nose, people accept them as a very valuable part of the company. I mean, these are reckless little kids. Okay. Every time I go to Dollar Tree, I think it's 914 Madison, Oak Park, there's some very young, immature, sensitive people that work there. Now, I've never had this problem before until some cartel folks and some sex traffickers and kid folks that like to play with kids. I told them that I'm going to have to report them if they're playing with children. Okay, whose kids they are? My kids, your kids. I'm not scared of you. Ever since then, they've been coming to me with the fear of God. And the more I talk about it, the more stupid people look like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Until your child gets on the pole and you see it as normal because you're silly. Until your niece come up missing and you can't find her because you don't know if she's sex trafficked, killed, murdered, sold for trafficking parts for people that are famous. Okay. Just stupid. You're telling people what's going on. You're trying to protect people. And more people are so dumb. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of slow people until somebody come up missing. And they're still slow because the people that try to tell you, most of them don't live. People that do survive, they're pretty much told, they're pretty much going around telling people, oh, that person's crazy, so don't pay attention to them. And they feel the good God reign to even pay some of these people to harm you. Good morning. Yes, you could be my friend, Daquan Scott. Good morning. Welcome to Daily Divine Guidance. So whenever I walk into several places, Walmart, Dollar Tree, places that I enjoy, like they had this person around me figuring out everybody I loved, everything I enjoyed, and he tried to sever it. They would give this man lots of money to just pay dumb people to do bad things. Now, here's the kicker. Those same people they befriended to go against me, those people's kids are now in jeopardy because they're so stupid getting money. They're not paying attention. They think these people are their friends or this is some type of source of income. As long as they do what people tell them, they're getting money. Thing is, those people are getting access to them now. So if they have children, they're next. I mean, it's just a vicious machine. And people are not paying attention. It's ridiculous. Hello, Charles. Or Charlene, I'm sorry. Charlene Stacy. Oh. Hi. Welcome. So, yeah, this is how people come up missing. Young men. They get shot. They get hurt. All these little athletes that are getting hurt. I wouldn't see it as an isolated incident. This isn't isolated. Okay. They need organs, they need parts, they need to just injure people. Who's they? It doesn't matter. People with sick minds for various reasons. And you got people out here that are so mad at their mamas that they'll do this. No, sir. I did not just wake up. I've been poisoned and harassed verbally. So my voice is raspy. And they don't want it to go away because I have a very sultry, sexy voice that people are heard about because It heals people. So it's like, let's just keep putting stuff in her food so she's always sick. I've met women that have to always because people were poisoning them. And I was trying to figure out, why does she have that? Because people are poisoning women that they want to sex traffic. They made that lady blind. Don't nobody know she was crazy and wild anyway. So they got her blind. They got out here marrying all kinds of men she don't even know, moving from place to place, thinking she fancy and smart because she don't want to listen to nobody. Now we don't even know if this lady's dead or alive. And probably nobody cares because she was so wild. And she wasn't a bad person. She was just free-spirited. And she had a right to be that. But she got tangled up with some folks. And there you have it. Now she can't see and she up here getting married. I'm like, dang, I can see and I ain't getting married. What is this? I know I could find somebody. But see, I'm not willing to play the game that's surrounded by me in Chicago. You know, that pimping game. I don't want to do it. So they got to injure me because I ain't going willingly, pumpkin. Yeah, this is pimp grounds here. This is 101, baby. You got to go to college. All the boys learn between the ages of 3 and 5 how to pimp women, how to manipulate. They do. I ain't going to say all of them. But generally, this is where you learn. And then I think they take it over to Atlanta. Because the girls down there, they're not big city. So they figure easy pickings. It could be bigger than just these boys running around. They could be paid by government to do this to women. Farms, chicks, chickens, chicken heads, what? Just saying. Pay attention. Get her pregnant. Do it 2 times. Okay. Then you can move to Atlanta from Chicago. Okay. Get pregnant. They watch these kids grow up 10, 20, 25 years old. All of a sudden, she wants to be a stripper. She wants to go underground. She wants to do all this stuff online because they've been grooming your child for a long time behind your back while you working hard and they making you suffer out here. Can't be with your kids. The man done already left with his mammy and sister and them. And his old raggedy wife up here looking like a dump star. Thinking she fancy in Indiana with a house she probably stole from you using your child support. See? How you know all that? Man was in your face talking smart. Telling you he made a marriage license of you. You young. He's about 13 years older. He's telling you what he's doing. You're like, that don't make no sense. Why would he do that? Is he trying to help us? I'm like, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live with someone that just made up a paper from his sister's marriage license and said it was me, and he's passing it around to dummies that don't pay attention. You know, organizations and stuff saying we're married when we're not. Now, how long has he been doing this? In my face. And I'm thinking that's not going to work. People aren't that stupid. This man don't have a college degree. Probably don't have a high school degree. Probably don't know how to read. I mean, he dropped out of high school probably. So is this why he out here doing this crime? And who's helping him? Your family. Your family. Like, who does this other than brain dead people, zombies, people that are very impoverished? Now, what they got to do with me and my children? So now if he's saying he's the husband and he's saying that somebody else is me, like his sister or somebody, maybe his wife, now they could be saying anything on these documents, doing anything, redirecting mail. I don't know what's going on, but somebody's crazy. And I'm going to let God handle it. I am not going to work my emotions worrying about these folks. So with all of that said, there is an agency that calls itself connected to the government, gotta be, that gives these people the okay to do this dumb stuff. There is no absolute way these people have been doing these crimes and nobody knows it. Why? Because it keeps growing. I can go back to almost the 80s, if not the 70s, worth of people that have come into my life and just caused havoc. And they're still energetically there. They ain't gone nowhere. I've left, but they followed me. What does that look like? Social media, handsome men, people that want to befriend you. Not necessarily women, but it's mostly men. Silly men that need something. People killing people for insurance money, saying they're crazy. They're seeing things. People are following them. This is the scene that they're creating for people. Everywhere they go, somebody's bothering them. And someone is bothering these people. It happened to me, and they so stacked mode because they've done it before. What government agency or agency linked to this group is giving them the green light? I see a politician. This person may not be in the same official position they were in before, but in some capacity. Okay, so let me say this. What I've noticed over the years, and I think this is so ghetto, is again, you have a lot of people that came from other countries. You have impoverished families that needed a leg up. So a whole bunch of young people kind of detached from their families in a sense, or was supported by them. And they went into this thing where they were going to go out into the world and find their own group because of circumstances, right? That someone else was creating, basically. So they get out here and they start brown nosing. They don't mean to, they mean well. But they're looking for the get up. Okay, so now they got to connect to politicians. They got to connect to people in businesses. They got to connect to people in law enforcement. They got to connect to people like a society, like a group. Okay, cool. So in this group, or just say in them going to work every day, going to different jobs within the work, like say a security guard, and say it's a lady. Oh God, forgive. Oh God, please. So now she's meeting all these ladies. They're going to each other's bar mitzvahs or each other's weddings or cotillas or whatever. Okay, it don't have to be the same faith, but this is just what they do. They've been working with each other for 15, 16 years. They know each other's kids. They know each other's crying stories and who's been dating who, what's going on, everybody, and whose husband's up. And, so they have this bond. They have this understanding. They have this emotional tie. And people are glad about that because they don't have that anywhere else. So they have their little world. Okay. So now they're at business at the work. And unfortunately, say I walk in and maybe they know the guy that keeps bringing women in the community as a girlfriend or an interest. But they kind of know what's going on. Like, that's a bum. He must have a new prostitute. Look at him coming in with the new one. You don't know that. You don't know anything about this man except he's nice to you fairly. He's kind of taking you from your kids, kind of. But you want to live your life and kind of balance out a relationship too. Duh. There's nothing illegal about that. A friendship, it doesn't matter what it is. Business partnership. You take time while the kids are in school or at the grandparents' house and you go out and you do things. You try to start a business. You try to make deals. You try to date. Try to have fun. Try to socialize. So what? Okay. It's normal. So I'm over 30. So, okay. I was over 30. So, however, maybe this person doesn't have good intentions. So them connecting to you, connected to someone that you know, it generally could cause other issues because they are keeping you from your kids. And these people are supporting that. Okay, so when we walk into the library, everybody's looking like, I don't know these people like that. I mean, I've taken my kids to the library. Okay. Maybe somebody was behind me saying, oh, see how she leaving her kids to go with him? Yeah, these girls are stupid. Look. Think she gonna fall. She fell. Look at her. She fell down. See that? He probably got home the whole stroll. Blah, blah, blah. You know what he did to the other girl. All that. So they're in there and say now I'm coming in by myself with my kids and they're giving me the side eye. For what? Did he go behind me and say, yeah, this chick that's been bothering me. But, I just said I'm going to be nice and roll her around. She ain't got nobody. Blah, blah, blah. She's streetwalker. She on drugs. Just spreading rumors. So now they're being disrespectful. So say one day the workers are literally standing there looking at me like I'm a chicken looking for worms to survive. Okay. Y'all don't get it. Anyway, so now I'm talking and they acting like they on the front porch at the plantation. Yeah, girl. Girl. Like I'm not standing here. Girl. That's the one lady with the one eye in different directions. I'm just saying. Well, it's two, but yeah. Then you got the fancy chick that want all of everybody to respect about putting the money in her hand right before COVID. I said, listen, you always want people to put stuff in your hand. There's going to come a time where you're going to need gloves. Right next to that, COVID happened. Put the money in my hand. Really? I mean, it's really ignorant for people to act like that. Just pick it up, stupid. See? We're not here to babysit your mental problems. You're not at home. You're not in your backyard. You're not in your store. This is a public service place. I don't want to put it in your hand. I don't want to touch you. Because normally my nails tend to catch people. I think that's rude. And it's like, did I mean to scratch her? I don't want her to think. Say, just put it down, stupid. I don't want to touch you. Okay? I don't know how every time I exchange money, my hand feels like it's scratching my nail. And I don't like it. So I put the money down. I don't want to touch people. It's nothing personal. I just feel like I don't want to scratch anybody. I don't want to harm them. I don't want to, oh, I'm sorry. Because energy just does transfer. Not a big deal. I don't like the way she was acting. So sometimes if you touch people, it's a tap, pop, and then they want to pop you back. Real bit. See all that? We put it down. No physical contact. People are stupid. You understand? So now they're looking at me strange. Like, oh, we got to give her a hard time. It happens all the time. I don't know why. I don't care. So because they've done all these things all these years together in this little cotton picking space. Girl. Oh my God. It's like, that lady don't shut up. They talk too much. So while I'm standing there and they're disrespecting me like they're on a porch eating watermelon, spitting seeds, making me sick, having a conversation. Why am I mad about that? Because people don't talk to me in that way. Okay, what job I go on, I'm always the rebel. I'm always the person that's just trying to be liked. I'm not people pleasing, but you want to go on a job and be like, good morning, everybody. How are you? Oh, I guess you weren't supposed to say like the, hey, y'all. Oh, okay. That's more acceptable. My fault. Anyway, I don't do it that way. I guess I speak like supervisor or manager or owner because I am. That's my mindset. So I don't get accepted on the floor, on the ground. Like, what you training to be? Shut up. So they're being rude because they know each other. Security is listening to them because they're friends. This is a public setting. Yes, they're there to protect the assets and the workers. But when is it acceptable for this silly security guard, whoever they are, that's up in everybody's butt in business because they're friends and they hang out and they done things, they know each other, they know each other's kids, they keep each other's kids, they braid each other hair. So now that while they're at work, they're being unprofessional. How is that? Because if the workers are bothering me and I'm looking at the security like, can you get your quote unquote friends on this plantation, please? They're looking at you like, no, you leave. Is that professional? Does that make sense? So everywhere I go, that's kind of what I feel. It's like because people know each other, they feel an obligation to protect their friends. This is ghetto. This is a business. So law enforcement, people that went through certain things together, whether they work together or they know each other outside of work or they have sex outside of work, whatever it is, sometimes these people are not in their rightful position mentally. They're not working from a professional judgment of law, justice. So you have two partners. Maybe they're cahooting outside of work. They know each other's struggles. They sit in the car all day. They're sharing. And they've been doing this for just say 4 years. And they feel for each other. They get it. It could be a man and a woman. So what? They may not have ever touched, but they have a bond, right? So say somebody's having a bad day. They go into Dunkin' Donuts and acting a fool. Say I'm the cashier. I'm not bothering this person. They're in there. Can I get a coffee? Sure. How would you like to pay? Or you're just standing there waiting on them to figure out what they're going to do because they could tap. But just say they get into something and they're like, this is not hot enough. I don't like it. And they throw the cup. And the other person comes in. They're like, hey, what's up? And it's like, they didn't give me the right stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And having this whole issue. Now they're both grabbing their guns. So what the hell? But they know each other. See? Or just say something happens outside of work and these are the 20-year-olds at work. And, they're hot. They're not mature yet. Their brain hasn't closed yet. So they don't have the rationale of a person that's a little older. Don't mean just because they're older people. They should have rational. But because they're friends and they've done this for 4 years. Well, I won't say 4. But just say they've been together for a while. It's like the friend tends to say, well, I got you. So whenever they're visiting or they're visiting friends at work, at the locker, whatever, they're making bad about this company right there on whatever street. So now whenever any of them go in, they give these people a hard time or a mean stare. These people don't get it. It's like, what's the problem? It's like the loyalty to each other has now bent justice. So just say everybody knows in the force that they had an issue with one of the people in the place and they've been gossiping like little kids. So now when other people go in, they have an attitude. Now they're off duty talking in front of other people. Just say they have a dinner with friends and family and they take the little crazy teenagers because they're all hanging out and they know each other personally. Okay. And just say they're talking about this openly around the kids. Oh yeah, that place over there on diversity division, Dervastance, whatever, Dermasmack, whatever. And they're like, huh? What? Thank you for subscribing, sweetie. Thank you so much. I'm going to review somebody's message here. Hold on. Shut up. Oh, the children are awake, Lord. Should we show it? They won't let me show it. No. Another moderator handled this. So I'll take a snapshot and put it somewhere else on my pages because I got over 40,000 followers. We'll see. So I don't count them all. I don't care. Anyway, combined. So I'm like, that's crazy. So now the teenagers are thinking, oh, that's a good spot then. Shoot, which one is it? Oh, they said it's on Dermastat. Oh, yeah, we can go there. Let's see. Okay, my parents will be... See how they just opened the door? So now their kids are feeling like, oh, we can bully that spot. We can go there. Me and Charles and John, blah, 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 and Terry. And we're going to all go. We're going to rob that place. And then so they follow these people home one day and they're like, they got kids. They got a beautiful daughter. Now one of these numbskulls are thinking, I want to rape that girl. Or I want to be with her. Or maybe in his head. So now this kid is stalking the little girl to go to the school around the corner or something. See how all this goes? Because somebody wasn't professional. And they was hanging out talking about stuff disrespectfully. And the little ignorant kids got wind of it. So now all of this stuff is happening. All because somebody disrespected somebody and somebody else took up for them. And they started talking outside of that situation to other people, having family events and things. Now the kids are disrespectful. They know the kids that go to, that are kids to the folks that work at the shop. So now they're talking. Or they can even have their friends just go in and do stuff. Like rob the place, follow them home, mess with the kids. I mean, see, because they're loyal. Because they're friends. They know each other. And they don't like their friends being disrespected. Are they bending justice? Is that the word? Are they overstepping their boundaries? Well, guys, I have to wash, but this is what I see. A lot of places that have a lot of friends because of a lot of associations or a lot of events or a lot of camaraderie. And because of that, there's a loyalty that goes beyond what the law allows. It is prohibited, but people, they run it over. So anyway, let's pray for those that are in positions of authority, that they behave themselves appropriately, not based on feelings or, likeness. I mean, it's okay to have friends and to want to protect them, but it gets juvenile. Okay, it really does. It's got to stop. So whenever I walk into Family Dollar, the store, I got to combat them looking silly because whoever I was telling, hey, if you're doing this to kids, I'm going to have to put your name up in all these hotels and let them know what you're doing. And they said, well, I'm going to go to all your favorite places. See, I'm going to get all these dumb people to look at you strange and make them mad at you and see how it feels. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make them want to beat your butt because you ain't finna get me locked up for messing with. Look, see, and these dumb girls that could be next victims of their kids coming up missing because they're defending these dummies. Because if something happens to me, then no one will be saying, watch your kids. So the people that they're hiring or putting word out that I'm bad, I'm doing something, you need to hurt this person. Oh, if this lady comes in, give her a hard time, whatever they're doing. That makes those women vulnerable to whatever the next attack on the girls are. So again, it seems like however they get these people's numbers to text them money or to Zelle them money or cash out the money, Just through their phone number, they get to hack these people and watch them, and they become the next victim. That's what I'm seeing. So if you're taking the bribes, if you're taking the money, if they're paying you, some of them have even taken over social media, calling it promotions. What do they call it? Sponsors. And in some cases, they're giving people a storyline, or they're told to copy you in some cases. Now, I've seen this movie before growing up, like I said, where people are copying you because they're stupid. It was like one or two people that was copying me all the time. It was weird. And I thought, yeah, that can be flattering, but these people got mental problems. Okay. So I kind of left that area. But they followed me. Now I'm seeing it on social media, same thing. Everything I say, there's a whole group of folks that swear God is talking to them or somebody. And it's like everything I say, they say it. And I'm like, yeah. So now God has to whip all these people. Because some don't know and they need to know. So it's like, oh, you didn't know? You didn't know? Now you know. Oh, boy. Learn the hard way. I mean, it's clear in the Bible what you should and should not be doing. It really is. That if you need provision, you go to God. Seek ye first. Not just something out the blue that sounds good. Like a Pokemon game. Remember the game where they had people going out into the wilderness, finding stuff, looking for stuff, playing games online, just being silly? Well, there was a copycat, got girls and people having real fiascos in life, and they're leaving their homes and going out into places or being led into places and left out in the cold. And God is flipping the script. Plot twist. God jumped into the chat on people's phones, in their hearts, in their minds, in their greedy places, in their conversations, and they don't know it. And he's saying, okay, so that's what you've done, and the universe is set up to bring back to you what you put out. So people are looking in the mirror, scratching their butt, going, wait, I was innocent. I thought that was the person we were targeting. Why are we being targeted? God said focus on him. Forget about yourself. Concentrate on him. He's jealous. He does not like you beady-eyed, faithless people staring at other people through cameras, through their phones, minding their business. God wants you to mind his. It's called teach your children how to live a good life. And you be the example. That's it. That's all it was. When you have children, you're to teach them. If you are charged with raising someone else's children, you are to teach them. If you're saying you're a God parent, you're teaching them godly things. You're not out here being a demon. You're not out here talking about, oh, look at my husband. I mean my pimp. I mean my husband. You know that man is more of a pimp than a husband. That's your clear sign that you need to exit. But no, you worried about what we saying. So you stay in. We ain't got no heaven and hell to put you in, baby. Listen. God wants all of us gals to have a really good life with a husband. Not so we can sit up and tell people, look at me, and look at you, and look at me. No, he really wants us to experience a really good life for us, selfishly, to enjoy his goodness, his gentleness of a man, his gentleness of living with all your provisions taken care of, because that man is being provided for by God. It's not brain surgery for me. When a man believes in God, he's trusting God for everything. If he have 99 kids, God is going to make a way for each and every one of them. He ain't got a doubt, because God wanted those children here. God sent that woman. God is going to provide for that man to have everything that woman and those children need. Everything. He ain't got to worry, and he knows that. The real men know that. So they're not going, well, that's another bill. I just want to take care of myself and meet my selfish dick life, basically. Really? Yeah, that's it. Really? Hello, Callie. That's ridiculous. I don't care if no one was watching. There could be 1 billion people watching, and you'd never know, because it's none of your business. So, with that said, go worry about your own channel. I hope you have 1 billion over there. Go entertain it, sweetie. I don't need your 1 view. They shadow ban people that probably broke the system, the metrics. I've been making viral videos since I started. Whether it's good quality or not, it's from the heart. And they dumbed it down due to what I just said. People stalking and being weird. Oh, how does she get 800? And she didn't even do anything. Oh my God. So they dumbed the channel down, silly. Shadow banning is real, right? Like you go on anybody else's channel, they can have 100 people, maybe 1,000 out of 1 billion. They're dumbing everybody down. I mean, it's a few people that they don't monitor at all. They don't care about them. They're randoms. But people that actually are making a difference, those people are being shadow banned. So take your little happy self over there and go tend to your own channel. And it's just amazing how most of you all don't even have a channel. And if you're famous and you over here, God wants you to be over there where he is. Go focus. It's Sunday. Serve the Lord. That's the whole point of this video. The air you breathe is God. Connect to it. Thank him for it. Because if he stops it, which is the game plan anyway. So while you have it, you need to say thank you. Might be the difference between hell and heaven. Go thank God for your life. And stay from over here worrying about how many people watching me. That's none of your concern. You have other things to worry about. I'm sure. Go do that. So, as I was saying, yeah, that's what I see right now. I just see people that are childish. They needed to exist somewhere in the world where people say, everybody knows your name. That's great. But when it comes to justice and righteousness, God wants us to choose him. Right is right. No, you don't have to play the hero every time. But sometimes you need to tell your friends that you work with, whether you're security guard, police, or whatever, hey, stand down. That's not necessary. Yeah, but we scared because we carry guns and we don't. Well, why do you have that job? If you're scared of the inside. Okay. How are you outside being macho? You scared of the inside. I'm done. It's just like having a wife at home that's really grumpy and you scared of her, but you coming outside being a bully. It happens a lot. People can't control their home lives, so they come outside and try to control stuff. Go read a Bible. Ask God to get your life back in control. Give you the things you need to stand up for justice, yourself, your family, and all that good stuff, and to protect you. Stop being scared of other people. If you have a job in the justice system, that is your job to be just, not based on fear. You're standing on the right side of law. You're supposed to. God created these positions for protection of righteousness, period. The courtroom is set up for people that are right, not for people that are paying to be right. See the letdown? Not for your friends that are out here committing crimes and you want to protect them. Not because somebody gave you $1 million to say, he's right, him right, I's right. No. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. People will be held accountable for playing these games with people's lives, affecting people's livelihoods, their families, based on cotton and linen, paper. Ain't even got no gold standard on it. Until next time.